Welcome to road.cc's latest grand unveiling / unboxing. I'm sure dozens of you will be interested to see what's inside this here box, and in my opinion it might just be the ultimate all-round race machine. What on earth am I talking about? Well, let's open this box and all will be revealed. That's right folks, this here is Canyon's ultimate CF SLX9 with the brand new 12-speed Campagnolo record disc brake group set. And if that wasn't enough, it's in Team Movistar colours that will match really damn well with your road.cc jersey almost. Now, if you're thinking that the precision German engineering of Canyon and the smooth Italian know-how of Campagnolo are something of a mismatch, that's certainly not the view of the brands themselves. With Campag saying that the two companies have a great deal in common, being focused on innovation and performance, as well as the obvious similarity and that they both sponsor the Movistar World Tour team. One of the things Campagnolo announced when they launched 12-speed a few months back was that they've been working with quite a few more bike brands, so you can buy bikes with the new components off the peg, so to speak. One of these brands is Canyon, and this particular bike is currently retailing at £5,099 on Canyon's website. When you consider that the record group set itself has a recommended retail price of £2,138 on its own, and you're also getting a lovely set of Bora 1 50mm carbon wheels, that's relatively not a bad deal at all. Before we dig into the details of the new group set, let's first talk about the Canyon Ultimate itself. So the frame set is unchanged since it was overhauled in 2016, and there's some aero profiling to the tube shapes and the sleek integrated cockpit, plus plenty of attention paid to making it a more comfortable ride than the previous version. This is an all-round race bike that succeeded in Grand Tour level, World Championships and monuments alike. Some adaptations were made to the disc version when it was launched last year, such as increasing the chainstay length and tyre clearance to make way for the wider hub spacing on disc wheel sets. It's also a little heavier than the rim brake version because the fork and chainstays had to be strengthened where the brakes are mounted. On to the record disc group set itself. Now, some of my road.cc colleagues were telling me how when they were nippers 30 or so years ago, that all the spoilt kids had 12-speed bikes. Of course, what they actually meant was they had 2x6 at the front. With the advent of 12-speed at the rear, that's now doubled, so I guess you could say this bike is 24-speed, although of course some of those gears will cross over. So why 12-speed? Why do you need it? Well, why not, I guess, is the answer to that. You're getting fewer gaps between sprockets and the shifting is still just as precise and the chain just as strong as the previous 11-speed version, according to Campagnolo. Both the 1129 and 1132 cassettes available now have one-tooth increment changes all the way up to the 7th sprocket. That means no nasty jumps and more gear choice within your cassette's top and bottom sprockets. Aesthetically, one of the biggest changes for the new 12-speed group sets is this super sleek new crankset. The fuller appearance is supposed to provide a fairing of sorts and is claimed to be more aero than the previous chain set. It's also the same design across all setups, regardless of your crank length and whether you have a disc or rim group set. It's the same 8-bolt spider design. You can get it in 5034, 5236 and 5339 sizes. Moving on to the shifting. The new ErgoPower levers have seen a complete overhaul to offer better ergonomics with the same crisp shifting that Record and Super Record is renowned for. The paddle and downshift levers have both been enlarged to make them easier to feel for. And if you look here, you can also customise the position of your levers. so you can find the perfect position for your hand size and shape. If you want to make rapid shifts up or down the cassette, Campag's Ultra Shift mechanism allows you to shift 3 gears up with 1 click of the paddle, or down 5 with 1 shift of the lever, quickly and efficiently. This appeared on the previous 11-speed iterations of Record and Super Record. This is the disc version of the Record group set, of course, with 160mm rotors on this bike. You can also get 140mm. And with Campag going big on discs last year, that's continued with the 12-speed project. The calipers are compatible with all flat mount ready frames and don't require adapters. There's a magnetic spring inside that eliminates the need for mechanical springs between pads, which Campag say make them more reliable over time. The brake pad also has a wear indicator with a special form that's said to make it easier to guide the disc rotor into place when fitting your wheel. This is made with an organic resin compound that's supposedly extremely resistant to heat. So this is the Record version of the group set on this bike. The top end is Super Record. So what are the differences? Well, after test riding both versions a few months back, I'd say in practice, nothing that's immediately obvious at all. The differences really come in the form of small weight savings and slightly more luxurious materials used on the Super Record group set. So, for example, Super Record uses Campag's super fancy Colt ceramic bearings, while on Record you have USB ceramic bearings. Will this make any difference? I'm not convinced, but there it is. The Super Record crankset has a hollow construction with a titanium axle, while the Record version here is solid with a steel axle. There are also some small differences in the rear derailleur. This one has a part alloy construction in the lower cage, while Super Record is almost all carbon. And finally, the front derailleur cage is carbon on Super Record and alloy on Record. The full Record disc group set weighs in at 2,453 grams, while Super Record is 2,323. So really it's a minimal weight saving. In my opinion, Super Record would be more of a money no object choice rather than a practical one. So far, we haven't seen 12-speed in the peloton yet, and as we spotted at the Tour de France, Team Movistar were still on Campag's 11-speed Super Record EPS electronic group set. Campag are yet to launch the EPS version of the 12-speed group sets, but when they do, and we're pretty sure they will, we'll expect to see them in the peloton quite soon. How soon, we don't know, but we'll definitely be having a good look at Movistar's fleet of bikes at the Vuelta a España next week for some clues. Do remember to give this video a like and subscribe to road.cc's YouTube channel. I'm off for a ride and I'll see you next time.